What's up, everybody? We're a little early. I'm standing here just counting down the minutes. So I'm like, you know what, let's do this thing. We're only a few minutes early. I hope everybody's well tonight. Wesley, I see that comment in the chat. Comment? Is that what you call that in the chat? Is it a comment? I don't know. Wesley, I appreciate you. Unfortunately, you can't watch. I get it. Good luck at your track meet in Oregon. There will be at some point here a CS3 video. At some point. Eric, where are you from? I want to know where everyone's from. Every time we start one of these things, I just want to know where people are at. What's going on? What neck of the woods are you in? Montana? I saw today a statistic that Montana had the highest marijuana recreational use rate. I don't really believe that, but hello from Montana. Lots of people. San Diego, Central New York, Nebraska, the Cornhusker state. Most of my family, well, half of my family, from Nebraska, like the Gary, Nebraska, Lincoln, Nebraska area. Tampa, Florida. We got NorCal. We're in NorCal. Maryland. We got Wholesome Media from, I'm assuming, Los Angeles. Old Soul, good evening. Now a new Planet Eclipse product. I am in Connecticut. There might be, or there will be a new Planet Eclipse product. I mean, you brought it up. We might as well talk about it. Today, I got, today, Junior, I got, a lot of people saw this probably. I saw this through an email. Planet Eclipse are going to have a live stream tomorrow. Tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I don't know what this is. You know what I think this really is I just think they're going to talk about the CS3 mechanical frame. I don't think we're going to see any like crazy new product. You're not going to see a CS4 or, well, I don't know. You know, maybe we will see some like 180R or something like that. But I'm pretty sure they're probably just going to talk about the mechanical CS3 frame. Jack Wood looks like Timothy Oliphant. Yeah, a little bit. I can see that. I can see that. Both handsome, in shape. I don't know how old Jack is. 40-ish-year-old men. Yeah, so tomorrow, something's happening. Just as someone said in the chat, I totally don't know where that went. But yeah, tomorrow we'll see something from Planet Eclipse. A pump? I highly doubt it. Highly doubt it. Although I would love that. I mean, I want to see an an EMEC pump gun. If we could get an EMEC pump, that would be spectacular. But I don't think so. I think we're going to get talked about about the mechanical CS3 frame. Well, that's all I think's going to happen. We got some other stuff to talk about too. We have NXL layout. NXL released. Let me go to my notes. NXL released the Lone Star layout this week. I kind of wanted to talk about that, Planet Eclipse thing real fast. Oliver Lang has a new one-on-one kind of tour series thing we can talk about. He was on the Play the Game podcast this week with Marcelo Margot and Tyler Harmon. They talked about the one-on-one series. I want to say, I'm blanking on it all of a sudden. They're just going to call it the one-on-one Elite Tour, I believe, is what they're going to call this thing to start with. And I got some other like weird stuff we found online. Not a whole lot. But we'll get to it. Let's talk to the chat for a second here. Michael with the 180R. Yeah, I don't know. I asked them about that a couple weeks ago. And I didn't get really a reply. But I didn't really expect a reply. They're not going to really like spill the beans on products that haven't been released yet. David, what do you say? The format dictates the product engineering. I don't know what that means. Geo 5, I don't know. I would be shocked if we see a Geo5. Shocked. And Michael, as you said, the 170R has been discontinued. Yeah, they haven't really had those things for like a year-ish or something like that. Or they've been really difficult to get, at least for like the last year. So I kind of wouldn't be surprised if we did see that 180R. But I don't know. I also know that Planet Eclipse has had a hard time like getting stuff kind of manufactured the last year. 2-3 years, so I would be kind of surprised if we saw like a new gun this fast on the heels of the CS3 and the LV2. So I don't know. I have no idea. Connor, do you recommend the Ether 2? Yes, the Ether 2 is wonderful. It's wonderful. Dylan, there's a CS3 video coming. We'll get there. It's been a bit delayed. I keep wanting to try stuff. I want to make it good, so I keep like redoing stuff. Do I think the GOG Enemy is a good starter marker? No, I don't really like those things. I don't even know how much they're selling for anymore. They're like so off my radar nowadays. The GOG Enemy. Yeah, I'm not really a fan of the Enemy. I think that the enemies are probably overpriced. I mean, they're $200. And the EMEC is wildly better. I mean, the EMEC's like, you know, another $90, and it's considerably better. I mean, the EMEC's going to last longer. It's more reliable. It's easier to fix. There's more parts for it. I think it probably shoots a little bit better. EMEC, for sure. I mean, that's, yeah, hands down. Or if you don't have that much, I mean, I still wouldn't, if you still want to stay around that $200 price, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I would buy a Tippmann 98 probably. Tony 2 times. Any tips for a Geo 4? Anything I should really pay attention to? WC with a 420 super chat. It is 420, isn't it? We're going to be here at 420 as well. Nothing's going to happen here. I mean, it's going to strike 420, that's all. I appreciate it. Certainly. That's weird how it showed up white and then pink here or red there. I appreciate super chats, guys. The only way I can make money on these is super chats and you guys buying my merch. YouTube won't let me monetize these. Caden, you asked, you're going to get a Geo 4. Any tips? I don't think so. I mean, I think that's one of the better things about a lot of the new guns is you don't really have to do anything. You just kind of use them. There's a little bit of adjustment, right? You can adjust the SFR, so you can adjust that solenoid flow restrictor. SFR, solenoid flow restrictor on the side. But I've found for me, it doesn't really do much. You know, the solenoid flow restrictor is cool. Maybe if it's really cold outside, you can adjust it. Or if you're having a hard time with paint. Well, that's about all, right? I mean, I think those guns are great. You just kind of use them and just go play paintball. My mouth is so dry. Kodak Moment says, Mark from Street Fighters. Mark threw his EMEC across the field from rage, and it was still working. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised Mark threw his gun. A little bit. I threw my gun. I threw my gun at a net at a tournament once and almost got kicked out of the tournament. It was real bad. I was like, no, I'm not that guy. I'm not going to like fight anyone. No. It's like, no. Anyway, what about a barrel kit? Something about a barrel kit. What about a barrel kit? I don't know. I kind of think barrels are barrels. I'm not huge on like barrel kits so much. Fish. I'm thinking about the CS3. Would you recommend it? Yeah, for sure. I mean, obviously, it's the best gun you can probably buy right now. It's always difficult, though, when we talk about any of these guns, right? Because I always want to talk about price, too. So without, like, knowing more information about people, it's always kind of hard, right? You know, I think the CS3 is fantastic. And if you have the money, you know, go for it. I mean, it's the best gun you can buy, I think. But, you know, at the same time, it's like, you know, you can get an Ether 3 for a quarter of the price, a third of the price. So the Ether 3 is a fantastic gun. It's not going to have a lot of the nice features but it's quite a bit less. So it kind of depends, right? I think that as a CS3s, hard to say if it's worth it. That's a weird thing to say, but I think the price is justified. We'll say at least. Yeah. So let's see if I can talk about this. This week, Oliver Lang, just actually yesterday, Oliver Lang was on the Play the Game podcast talking about, this is Oliver Lang, former San Diego Dynasty superstar Mega Man. Not Mega Man like, Mega Man, the video game character. He was just like a Mega Man in Paintball. Played for the Iron Man. Was bound for a very long time. Took a little bit of hiatus. Played last year with San Diego Dynasty at World Cup. And then now he has this new project. The Elite Tour 1-on-1, they're going to call it. There's going to be a few stops on this first leg. We can kind of see up there. They're going to go to Ohio, Boston. I don't think Maryland's happening. I think they're switching that to New Jersey. Florida, Alabama, Texas, California, and California. So what this is there's going to be kind of a one-on-one tour, really, exactly like this flyer says. There are going to be not different layouts. I should say this is going to be the style layout it is. Since it's one-on-ones, the field is going to be a lot smaller. It's not going to be a huge 5-man field like we're used to seeing playing. It's going to be really small, hence the very few bunkers on that layout. This is a screenshot from the Play the Game podcast. It was 3 hours long. It's pretty good. I would recommend listening to it. There's a link in the description if you want to listen to the thing in full. But the way it's going to work is Oliver's buying this tour bus or renting a tour bus. Other pros are going to come on him with this tour bus, and then he's going to make it to all of those different dates right there, right? And there's going to be 2 different formats they play. They're going to play Saturday, the first day, is going to be the, hold on, I'm reading my notes real fast. It's going to be the Joust format, and that's going to include everyone, right? So if you want to go do this, you sign up, I'm assuming, over on the Hormesis Paintball website. There's also a link in the description to Hormesis. You can sign up on their website and then get included into this Joust format that's going to be played on Saturday. And then a pro is going to be a general of one team, and the other team is going to have a general too. So there's going to be 2 teams. Everyone kind of gets split up in between those 2 teams, and then the general kind of picks which player is going to play a one-on-one, and then everybody plays. And at the end of the day, I'm assuming whoever wins the most one-on-ones is going to win that Joust format. And that Joust format is really just kind of for recreational players. It allows you to maybe play with pros. It allows you to meet people locally. That's one of the harder parts about I've thought paintball for a very long time. It's difficult to meet people. So it's a really cool way to, maybe meet some pro players, be introduced to a new format possibly, and then meet, we'll say, people in your local area. Something I like as well. So there's another shot of that. That's the top down. So there's going to be that single format on Saturday, that Joust format, and there's also going to be a dual format. This dual format is more what we think about when we think about one-on-ones, right? Just one-on-one, and then whoever wins the whole thing, right? That dual format is going to take pro players, ideally. I think that's what Oliver wants to try to do in this dual format, is take the pro players that are on the tour, like say if Oliver or Marcelo or Tyler go, they would play in this dual format on Sunday against other local pros. It's a cool way to kind of show off pro players playing, and then hopefully make a new exciting format that's just based around one-on-ones. That dual format between one player and another player, so there's 2 players, is going to be 20 minutes long. And then there's going to be only 20 seconds in between points. So I'd imagine huge scores, 10-8 and 15 to whatever. It's going to be race to 10, so you probably won't hit 15. but you do have to win by 2. So if it's 10 to 9, you know, you got to score an extra point. So it's got to be 11 to 2. But if it's 10 to 8, then, you know, you can go on. This duel format at the end of the season, so when they go to SC Village, that very last tournament of the year, that one right there on the bottom that has an asterisk in California, there's going to be the grand finale. Oliver was objective in this is to have 16 pro players go to the grand finale and play in this format against the winners of the other duels that were at the regional events. So say you are a divisional player and you win Texas, you would get invited to play in the grand finale at SC Village. Yes, I think it's pretty cool. I think that what I want to see and what I think is cool about this is just this more innovation, and we're just trying more things. I mean, this isn't the first time that we've seen one-on-ones played by pros at like a big level, right? More recently, during COVID, we had Go Sports in their Ultimate Shootout, which had like different buzzers and different like objectives, which was neat. We had the Pro Tour by HK Army, which was just kind of like a general like one-on-one stuff. So I think it's cool to see like more innovation. One of the things that's always kind of hard about paintball, right? We've always talked about this, is it's hard to like know what to look at, right? I mean, you have 5 guys on one side and 5 guys, so 10 guys doing all different things. And it's hard to understand like where to put the cameras and really what to look at. You kind of have to be like there just at the right time to capture that action that just randomly happens. Whereas if we have one-on-one, it's a lot easier to like, you know, focus in on players and just, you know, follow one guy around with the camera rather than, you know, 10 people keeping track of them. So I think it's cool. I like that. I like that it's having one player allows it to like focus in on one player, and we can showcase and talk about that one player rather than having this whole team. Yeah. That grand finale, I know Oliver wanted to have like 20 grand or something at the finale. I would like to see it. It'd be really cool to see the 16 best pro players. So you got to think that like, you know, we'd have Oliver not playing. We'd have like Marcelo, Ryan Greenspan. You know, you get Mouse, you get J-Rab, you hopefully get Fedorov. Those style guys. All of them playing would be really, really cool. I don't think we've seen like, with those other one-on-ones, there were a bunch of like good players. I mean, no one was bad, but we didn't see like the best of the best players there. Mainly because I think they weren't playing for something. I think that if you were offering, you know, 20 grand or something like that, yeah, why not? You know, if you think you're that good and you're, you know, one of those top pro players, why not go and try to win that money? Yeah. Old Soul. Probably NXL capped BPS. Yeah, I would assume with 10.5 ramping. I would imagine. I mean, these layouts and the field is so small though. And Oliver talked about it. He wants to have it so that there's this lane right here where in back center, right at a back center, you can just like, you know, lift your gun up and shoot the guy. I like it. The field's the exact same size as a tennis court too. So they can put one of these paintball fields specifically on a tennis court, which I thought was really cool. Because there's, you know, a lot of abandoned tennis courts or tennis courts all over the place that you could run this format in, playing with regular paintballs or possibly even doing reball. I like that the field's that small. It's going to make one-on-ones real fast. So we're not going to get like, you know, probably not crazy drawn out one-on-ones where you're right in front of each other really fast. I'm excited at least to see what happens. Oliver is one of those people that I feel is in paintball for paintball. You know, he's not necessarily here just to make money, which is nobody is. if you're involved in paintball just for the money, you're doing something wrong. Yeah, I don't know. They need to bring back Huntington Beach. Huntington Beach would be cool. I mean, one of the biggest problems with Huntington Beach is they had so much cleanup, and it was just so expensive. It's so very expensive. When will this be televised? Tony said. I don't know. I'm not really sure what is happening. I mean, it won't be probably televised, right? I know that they want to have like media and stuff like that. But I don't know yet. I mean, there's still a bit of time. I mean, the first event is here coming in June. I don't know. I know that there'll be like, you know, people there and stuff. There'll be like, you know, regular paintball media people. But I kind of would like to see, yeah, it's set up in a format where it looks like we're watching a presented product. You know, just like Go Sports or something like that. I would really like to see it like that. I was kind of hoping that they would be in California, or they'd come up to, you know, Sacramento at Capitol Edge. But we're doing San Diego and then SC Village in California. Which, you know, I don't know. What do you guys think about this? I mean, we've seen one-on-ones before. Do you think that, like, I don't know, one-on-ones are more exciting than, like, 5-on-5? Are one-on-ones more fun to play than 5-on-5? What do you guys think? I think one-on-ones are exciting to watch. I mean, you know, when we're at tournaments, we always like hope there to be one-on-ones. We always like want it to come down to the end on one-on-ones and stuff. So I like one-on-ones. I don't like playing one-on-ones. I think that one-on-ones have so much, like, you know, you're playing a 5-on-5 and you get shot in the side in a 5-on-5. You're like, whoops, you know, why didn't you guys tell me the snake was hot? And you can like blame it on someone else, you know. Whereas in a one-on-one, yeah, no one to blame it on, right? It's all you. You know, you get shot, then, I don't know, you didn't see the guy, you lost a gunfight, you shouldn't have shot this way, you know, it's something you did specifically. So I know a lot of people don't like playing one-on-ones specifically for that reason. But then again, you know, you play one-on-ones and win a lot of one-on-ones, it kind of shows you're better than everybody, so. The Gaming Fly Koala. 1v1s that are staged are played slow depending on the field. I don't know what you mean by that. Dylan, I think reball on this format for experience, yeah, like for sure, like going to race go-karts, you pay money, go race, and then you go about your day. Tennis court size plus reball, no mess like normal paintball. I kind of got that, yeah. For sure. That's what I was thinking. You know, I think that's kind of cool about tennis courts. You're probably not going to, like, you know, wherever tennis courts are located, you're probably not going to want, you know, paintballs shooting all over the place and, like, paint everywhere. So, yeah, having it on a tennis court and being able to play reball, I think would be pretty cool. Plus, you could play it inside. I mean, there's a lot of, like, indoor tennis courts and stuff. Yeah. But there's still something about 5-man that, you know, I like 5-man. I like that team aspect of 5-man, so I don't know. I just like it. Jacob, that's so funny. My paintball field is next to a tennis court and a school. That's crazy. Most of the paintball fields are like in the middle of nowhere. 10-man love. You know what I saw right, like literally before we, like right before we switched over is this GI Sports video that we're gonna watch. I want to check it out. I don't even know what this is about. I know that I saw that, and I saw this, and then I was like, what a coward. I mean, you know, like, what a pussy do you have to be to, like, punch a guy when he has his hands in the air? Isn't this, like, the most pussy, like, weak, cowardly thing ever? Look at him, just like, BAM! Okay, pussies. Bunch of idiots. This is Britney Spears. Why do we have Britney Spears playing here? This is wild. That was good. Alice Goldman, they didn't do very good. WNXL ladies get destroyed. It's weird. It's like Britney. There you go. There's your DJ. That's like a new dragon. Dynasty used to have the dragon at like all the tournaments, and that was like, where'd it go? This was like a new dragon. That's funny. I think it's so funny. Archie's earring, his cross earring, just like Barry Bonds. I remember that. Lots of WNXL stuff, which is cool. You know, the girls, there are a lot of good like WNXL players. Say most when we don't play against aren't that greatest, but some of them are really good. Whoop. This is gonna lead us right into our next topic. So look at that earring. Woo! Number one! Oh my god. What are you guys talking about over here? Have you ever... What's going on? Maybe if Bud Light wanted to feature brave women, they should have featured the heroines. That'd have been cool. I mean, I'd have been alright with it. I don't even know what's going on with Bud Light. Although I know I'm not going to go outside and shoot it up with a gun. I know that much. I do know that. Mike Paxton and B. Young's Paxton play out here locally, though, so that's been cool. In Montana, maybe? Maybe. Let's see. You know what happened? I have not looked at this at all, so this is going to be the first time we look at this together, guys. Let's look at the... I'm thinking. I'm thinking about how I want to do this. I'm not sure how I want to do this. So this is the Lone Star Major, which is going to be here in April 28th through the April 30th in Round Rock, Texas. Round Rock, Texas is like, I don't know, what's it like, right outside of Austin. And we're going to look at the layout. Although I have never looked at this layout. This is the first time we've looked at this layout. We're looking at it cold together, guys. And I want to pull up... How did I have this set up? What happened? I'm trying to find what I did with the layouts. Didn't I have them on here? Oh yeah, we do. I'm an idiot. Okay, North Austin, Round Rock, Texas. So I kind of want to see this view. I like to like, people do a lot of like, you know, oh my gosh, game plan stuff on, I'm going to totally, there. People like to do, yeah, game plan drawings and like breakout drawings on this like layout all the time. But I kind of prefer to look at like these angles more so to kind of like, you know, you can kind of like tell the bunkers a little bit easier. You know, one of the things I like that NXL has done a lot in these last few layouts they've released is had a lot of the big, huge center bunkers. So they're adding like, look at this. Let's try to draw on this goddamn thing. They're adding a lot of these big things in the middle. I really like these bunkers, these big ass huge things, right? Mainly because they block so much stuff out. It's really easy to make it places. So it looks like it might be very easy to, I don't know, let's look at some like crazy routes you could run. Like, I wonder if this would even be possible. Like, would it even be possible? So like off the break, try to go, I guess like that. I mean, that is a crazy route, right? But then once you get there, what are you gonna do? I guess probably try to shut the snake down, because you can easily like, you could easily look, I think right there, and try to close this whole entire zone down. I'm always liking those. I always really like those huge, crazy moves off the break. I'm a fan of them. That'd be fun. A lot of people really are happy probably about a traditional snake. It's been kind of a long time since we've seen, maybe not a long time, but a couple tournaments since we've seen like maybe a more traditional snake. People are probably not going to go to that first temple. They're probably not going to go to that first wing. I imagine if anybody's going there off the break, which, I don't know, looking at some of these lanes, like, are you going to do it, right? So if you're going to shoot in back center, look at this cool pin. Probably going to like, see these angles, I don't really like, I want to see this. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you'll probably, off the break at least, it looks like you can definitely shoot that, right, through there. But then you can also shoot probably right here, too. So you can shoot really this whole thing. And it's going to be a lot easier for some taller players, right? Because off the break, because I'm just a little taller, it's a little easier for me to shoot over the top of some of these big center bunkers, right? And you guys can't even see what I'm doing. I was saying shoot. So I think that you'd definitely be able to shoot that, right? And then really you can probably shoot over all the top of these too off the break. So like, it's easier for me, even though pretty much everyone's going to be able to shoot over the top of these bunkers. It's a little easier for me being a little bit taller to get a little bit of a better angle, you know, when I shoot over the tops of these things. Because I'm not really lobbing it as much. It's kind of like going straight down a little bit more. Whoa. But it is that temple in the back. So it's not, you don't have like a big, huge tower. So it's not like you got a lot to hide around behind in the back center. You just have that little temple. So I could shoot high, but then it's very possible that, you know, I'm getting also, you know, shot right back at, or even shot off the break because I'm like too tall over the back center. I don't know. What else is interesting? So what shots do you have from this snake even? Man, not a lot, right? I mean, you look at snake 1 and it's like, golly, like this is gonna block out everything. So you kind of like get shut down on this whole side. You kind of might not be able to see a lot from that snake 1 because of that big laydown wedge right there in the center, or that big laydown brick right there in the center. Yeah, and then it looks like this wedge, that wedge is going to block off these bunkers from you. So maybe going... Yeah, I mean, you get to this 50, and most of the time, right? I mean, most of the time, once you get to the 50, you're going to get better shots. So it does look like you can probably shoot that wedge maybe at the 50. Definitely get good shots into the Dorito side, though. You might not be able to shoot that mini Dorito, though. Man, these... Yeah, I don't know. Freaking layout. I don't know. I'll probably go look at this. We'll probably go look at this weekend out at Capital Edge Paintball Park. I'm going to go to Capital Edge on Saturday. I don't know if I'm going to play... I don't know if I'm going to play Sunday or not yet, though. What else we got here? What's on the Dorito side? I don't know. I don't like the Dorito side. I've never, like... I don't know. I've always played, like, snake side or, you know, in the center of the field. The Doritos, I feel like you get shots on everything. The Doritos are such crazy bunkers. You can shoot high out of them. You can shoot low out of them. You can kind of shoot at everything on the field. And very rarely are these little small Doritos any good. I mean, you can get to them. Maybe you could live at them for a while. But they're smaller, so they're a little bit harder to live in. Certainly harder to gunfight out of. I mean, yeah, if you can get to this mini Dorito, I mean, you can probably shoot a lot of stuff across the field. But the problem is you kind of have to get to this Dorito and wrap. So you're going to have to kind of like wrap around and look inside rather than being all safe and shooting this way. If you want to be able to get into the center of the field right here, you have to wrap around the outside of it. Yep, I don't know. NXL layouts. If anyone wants me to talk about them, I'll go back to it. Let me know. I don't know if it's that exciting. I'm not playing it, so it's not very interesting. It's not as interesting to me. I mean, the thing that I'm the most interested about, probably with just layouts in general, I guess we don't have to go back to that, is just how it's going to watch on the webcast, you know, because that's how I'm consuming the thing. I'm not really watching, or I'm not playing this tournament, you know, so I just kind of want it to be entertaining on the webcast, and it looks like it will be. You know, they have that traditional snake, which will mean it'll probably play fast. It's got all those big center bunkers, like I said, which typically, you know, speed the game up because it makes that center play a little bit faster and guys get shot and people get bunkered a little bit more. So I like it. I don't know. We'll find out. I like the last layout as well. A lot of people complained about the last layout. They said it was too slow and kind of boring. I don't know. I don't mind it. I don't really mind these like slower layouts. I kind of find that they're a little bit more exciting, right? You know, when it's the finals and it comes down to like, you know, the score's 2-1 and there's a minute left. It's just a little bit more exciting, I think. Maybe not a minute left. They're playing like a 5-minute point to end the tournament. You know, I find that exciting. And Jacob, you haven't been shot yet. Are you going to go play this weekend? Well, have fun. It's not that bad. Yeah, it doesn't hurt that much. I think it's way overhyped more than anything. I can tell you something cool, though. If anybody ever wants to wear some cool-ass headbands, you can do that. by going to pbrml.shop, the Paintball Ruined My Life store. You can go to paintballruinedmylife.com. You can buy one of those cool headbands. And there's a lot of headbands that were recently added. So I added like 5 to 6 more styles. They're $30 a piece, and $30 ships for free. So you don't got to pay like $30 plus $5 shipping. They're $30 even. And there's also some bundles on there. You can get 3 for $75. You can get this cool Paintball Ruin My Life hat. It will not have chalk all over it like mine does, but you know, you can get it there. These are all brand new, kind of brand new, we'll say, styles over in the Paintball Ruin My Life store. I want to switch this around real fast. I don't know if there's going to be enough lighting or not for this. What happened here? There we go. These are all new. Well, not all new. Some of them are brand new. We just added. So if you have not seen them, or if you've looked and didn't like them and you wanted to look at new ones or something, that is brand new. I kind of like these, like, I don't know, they're like graffiti-ish, kind of like wash look or whatever. That's the Paintball Ruin My Life logo, but in red, white, and blue. Look at that. There's a slice one. This one's kind of old. There's only like a few of these things left. I like to call this Olmec. There's terry cloth on the back of these things. That's a new one. I forget what I called this in the store, but that's a crazy, like, you know, it's a groovy style look. Cookie, that's an old one too. There's like one of these left, 2 of those left. That one's brand new too. And we're calling this one Float, I think? I don't know. That's like a... just, I don't know. Headbands. It's how I make money with this YouTube channel, because YouTube hates paintball. So if you want to like support this thing, or just buy some freaking cool headbands and be part of the Paintball Ruin My Life headband crew. There are so many more of these though, guys. This is like a few percentages of what there actually are. There's, I think, all of the headbands. Oh, God dang, my like switcher's not working. There are literally all of the headbands. There's way more. They're like tripled in depth in here too. All lots of stuff. There's barrel covers. paintballruinmylife.com/shop is also another one. Will Paintball Ruined My Life shop sell merch mech? Will I be selling the mech frame? Nope, not me. I'm only selling like this stuff. Never any like actual paintball products. Not yet anyway. I really would like to try to, like, you know, make a product. It's very something I really need to look into. Yep. Making products. I guess I have made some headbands, but not like any hard goods. Jordan Sparks says he said soft good. You betcha, soft good. Do you think a Mini to a Lux X is a good upgrade? Well, yeah, for sure. I mean, I really like the Mini too, but the Lux X is probably better. Although, you know, with a lot of these high-end guns going from, you know, something mid-range to something higher end, is certainly going to require some more, like, maintenance. It's going to require a little bit more love. You got to be a little bit more, like, hands-on with it. So while I think that the, you know, Lux X is probably better than the Mini, you might find that it's not as reliable as the Mini. You know what I saw the other day that was pretty cool? This reminded me. Let's see if we can open this bad boy up. This... God, man, my monitor sometimes takes so long to turn on. It's quite annoying. Over on the How Big Is Paintball group in Facebook, I saw this kind of like... Let's turn this audio off. I saw this like little clever deal. This is made by Keith. Keith, I tried to see if you had a website or a place people could buy this thing from you. I couldn't. But if anyone likes this, there is a link in the description if you want to buy this thing. To this post, I'm pretty sure you could contact Keith and just buy one. But this is a little 3D printed like trapdoor thing that fits onto a box of paintballs. So look at how fast you can kind of like load pods. You just pour a bunch of paint in that box and you kind of just can slide a pod in and load paint real quick. That's actually very quick. It actually looks really good. It works really well, it looks like. It reminds me of back in the day we had this big like crazy funnel thing we had to bring around. So this looks like you can just rig it up and you're good to go. You open the box, remove. Cut hole. Bam. You got yourself a pod filler. Just really cool. I like this. A couple different color things it looks like. Keith, I guess I could have scanned the QR code. Now it looks like for instructions, huh? You guys made a bunch of them. I couldn't find anywhere where for you to buy them though, guys. So, but I just think it's really neat. So Keith, very cool product. I don't know though, guys. Jordan, I know Valken has something similar, but it's a massive upside down cone thing. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. We had this big like funnel. We had to buy a big like crazy funnel thing. It probably worked better, but it's like huge. I mean, it was the size of a gear bag, so it's not really like practical to bring to a paintball tournament. Yeah, it's pretty neat. What else did I see? I saw this on Reddit. I thought this was kind of neat. The single trigger, a dark Intimidator from, hold on, let's go back. From Barakalok, I don't know. Bought himself a single trigger Intimidator. So this is not really what it looks like. I mean, when I first saw this, I was all excited. I was like, oh my god. I was like, what is this crazy creation this person found? But it's just a 3D printed trigger and a 3D printed trigger guard. But it looks really cool. You know, I did that DSR Plus review just recently talking about the like, you know, single trigger electric and single trigger mechanical frame. It was really fun to play with. There was a couple people playing with the electric single trigger DSR Plus at the Capital Edge Paintball League tournament this past couple weeks, which I thought was kind of crazy. I just like this. I just think it looks really cool. Kind of want one. I kind of want one. The single trigger, yeah, I thought it was neat. I don't know, guys. That's all I got for you. That's all I have planned. Don't really have much to talk about. I wish I had like some really cool paintball guns to talk about, but I don't. Wholesome Media opinions on the OG JT IZE. I mean, they were cool then, maybe. I mean, one of the biggest problems is that they were just too flexible. That bottom skirt was so flexible that it would get damaged and weird so quickly. They were cool. I mean, if you're buying one now, though, I would be very, very skeptical of the bottom. I mean, the bottom is just like so soft that it's got to be all warped and kind of crazy. Just like David said, the OGs are starting to get fragile. Yeah, they're getting weird. I mean, those eyes were weird when they came out and were fragile when they came out. So 20 years now, I can't imagine what they're like. Titan, I remember a single trigger Timmy's. The actual aluminum guard trigger are mega rare. Yeah, I don't really remember. I mean, it's not a very difficult thing to do. The trigger guards just, you could just take the trigger guards off on those older guns. So it wouldn't be too hard. Hence they were able to, just 3D print this bad boy. It's cool that the trigger guard looks similar, the double trigger guard. This single trigger guard looks similar to that double trigger one. It's pretty neat. Yeah, yep. I don't know. Who's got questions for me? What should we talk about? I don't know if I've got anything cool. Ooh, the old tribal. That just reminded me of some old guy. Something. If anybody is in here that knows, this is probably a very weird question, but there's AKA, the old paintball company named AKA, made a stacked tube poppet design gun that was similar to the Intimidator. What was it called? No, not the Viking. That's close. But it was like it was a different one. It wasn't the Viking. They never released it. So it wasn't the Excalibur either. Those are all very good guesses, guys. Excellent answer. But it's a different one. Those are like the triple tube ones with the 2 tube on the bottom, the single tube on top. This was a stack tube, so it was single tube on top, single tube on bottom. I can't remember what it was. There were a couple There were like prototypes and stuff. I saw some guys with them the other day. I saw on like Reddit or something. I'm not crazy. Okay. What is it called? Man, I don't know. I don't even know what to look for. The Evil M. I know that like Evil Ohm. Maybe it was like the Omen. I'll show you guys my monitor at least. The Evil M. Evil M. Oh shit! There you go. No. There we go. There we go, guys. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. So this, I totally forgot about this thing, or like something weird, but like this gun was something and then never came out. The Evil M. Maybe I put paintball gun. I don't know anything about this. And these pictures are very old. Like these posts in Reddit. This one's 9 years old. Don't know anything about this, and I just like stumbled across this the other day. I either forgot about it or don't know. But I don't know anything about these guns. I think that most of the ones out there are like prototypes or something like that. I mean, I could be completely wrong again. I don't know though. But they all look a little different too. Or am I insane? I could be all completely insane. Completely insane. What are people saying? Opinions on the Azodin. Okay, talk about that. Had the exact Azodin. Okay. AKA was under lawsuit from Smart Parts. I'm sure they were. Anyway. I just saw these. Not those. Jeez. That's a lot of cool matrices. I saw this, or both of these, I think, and was like, man, that looks really good. Doesn't it look really cool? This one looks really good. It's real small, though. It's a little bigger. Everyone was under Smart Parts lawsuits. Old Soul says, I'm with you. How do you feel about the Infamous kids? I don't know. I really don't know. I think it's really cool to get kids playing paintball. I think it's really cool that, like, you know, kids and sons can play with their dads. I know that, like, Thomas Taylor's son, I don't know his name, he's really good and they play together, so I think that's really, really cool. Someone asked what I thought about Azodin. The Azodin something. Opinions on the Azodin KDIII. I hate the KDIII. Goddamn hate the thing. Debating on getting one to see if I liked a stacked tube design. You know, I think that the KDs, those guns could actually be kind of cool. And they do shoot a little good. I mean, they're not going to shoot nearly as good as like the EMEC or, you know, some of the other inexpensive spool valve guns like Enemy or something like that. But the biggest problem with those guns is they're just not made well, right? I mean, they like turn them out. They just try to make them kind of as cheap as possible and kind of, I feel like, make as much money as they can. The company's not really owned by paintball people. It's just a random company that's selling a product. And they're not really that good. So I don't know. I think it'd be really neat. You know, I think it'd be really cool if the gun was made better. If like it was made by some other company and it was just made better, it would be cool. But they're just terrible. Speaking of Azodin, have you shot a KP3? Do you like it? The KP3s aren't as bad. I mean, I think the KP3 from Azodin, because it's a pump gun, right? It's so simple. It doesn't have as many things going on. With the KP, with that KD3, they have like that weird valve, and like you gotta like have all the pressures adjusted correctly. There's like that weird adjuster on the volumizer on the front of the gun. Whereas the KP3 doesn't have any of that stuff. You know, it's just a very simple pop-it valve style stack tube gun. It's really simple. So because of its simplicity, I think makes it probably the best gun that they make. It's still not made the best, but it's better than, we'll say, the KD. Yeah, I really liked those KDs, though. I really wanted them to be good. Yeah, I remember when they came out. Darth Evader says, if I'm not shooting my GO4 playing speedball, I'm shooting my slingshot at the wreck guys. I would like to play with a slingshot. Why don't I play with a slingshot? That would be pretty fun. Yep. Maybe we'll make like a paintball video with a slingshot. It'll be like old school versus new school, and we'll like slingshot versus like, you know, electric guys or something like that. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Yeah. Okay, what else we got? Give me more topics. Chronoed the slingshot. Hudson asked, my balls are sticking in my leg. Darth Evader, have you ever chronoed that slingshot? One of the things that's chronoed is he said, I'm hitting 320 with nitro bands. I don't know what that means. I know a guy who plays the slingshot, and I don't think I've ever seen him, and I don't think his can shoot over like 260 or something like that. I did see a guy with an airbow at the paintball field once. Oh, let's look at that. Oops. I don't even know if they like sell these things anymore or what the deal is. The Airbow. So this is really just what you think it is, right? An Airbow. Look at that barrel. No. So there's just a big ass plunger, right? You pull it back and then it just plungers the thing out the front. It's kind of cool. I mean, I'd play with one if they wanted to send me one, but I'm probably not going to buy one. No one sends me anything. Some people do. It's pretty rare. The Airbow. How much are they? $900? It's not buyable. Maybe they don't even sell them anymore. That's why I was like, I don't know. $200. Oh, this is like a conversion kit. Oh, Rep 4. Rep 4 is pretty terrible too, guys. What's this? Dudeshopping.com? They were $500, it looks like. Yeah, Airbow. Pretty lame. I would play the Slingshot though, and the Airbow's too big. It's like, I'm good. I'd rather be able to snipe people with my Slingshot. Airbow was an attachment to a bow, wasn't it? Yeah, it looked like at least that kit. There was one that said it was like a kit that was $200. It looks like if you had like had something you could attach it on. Yep, as Hudson just said, you could put with a bow or buy the mechanism separate if you had your own bow. E-Tech 4 and 5 better than Crow. I don't know what that means. We're gonna skip that. Could buy. So I'm gonna play paintball this weekend. It's gonna be 80 degrees. If anybody's out at Capitol Edge Paintball Park on Saturday, I'll be there. Come say hi if you want. I'll shoot you in the back of the head when you're walking away. Check out the Axiom. I don't even know how to pronounce whatever you just said. Check out the Axiom Ocularis. We're gonna go with Pro. Your local paintball field is Highway 1 Paintball. What is that? Ooh. Ah, a Slingshot. Okay. Oh wow, they're really cheap. Utilizing the Ocularis. I kind of thinking about a wrist rocket though. What's better, a Slingshot or a wrist rocket? I remember I had a wrist rocket when I was a kid, and I would shoot ball bearings and stuff. Good times. Damn, that was only $25. Huh. Dang, that's pretty cheap. I like it. Slingshot or wrist rocket? This is better than a wrist rocket. The problem I always had is isn't it more stable though if I have it on my wrist and I'm or maybe not. Maybe it doesn't really matter. I don't know. I mean, I haven't shot a wrist rocket in 20 years. So I don't know. What were we gonna check out real fast? I was gonna look at something else. Someone said something. Highway 1 Paintball. Where is Highway 1 Paintball? I'd like to move to Santa Barbara. So is it near Santa Barbara? The rubber bands makes all the difference. Yeah, I imagine you can get different strengths or whatever. Highway 1 Paintball. Never mind. It's a different highway, I imagine. Why is it called Highway 1? What's with that? That's deceiving. Or is it on it is on Highway 1. Scenic Highway. What's the difference between my Highway 1? I don't know. I think they're both Highway 1. That's confusing. Highway 1 Paintball is in... I don't know how to pronounce that. Anaconda? No. We're going to go with Butte, Montana. So I lived for a very short time for a summer in Kalispell, Montana. Where am I at? Kalispell's up here, right? Oh my gosh. Oh God, I don't know. I don't know. It's a long time ago. Kalispell. That was before my paintball days, though. Okay, anyway. It's not Highway 1. Highway numbers start left to right on US maps. Well, that doesn't make no sense. I know that there's all kinds of weirdness, though, right? Like, that's what I kind of was like, oh, yeah. But, like, you got Highway 1, right? Highway 1 right here. And then you also got Highway 1 right there. I don't know. I'm all confused. Maybe there's a difference between like a scenic one, or maybe I'm just an idiot. E-Tech 4 and E-Tech 5. You posted that. What is this better? Yeah, of course they're better than the Cronus. Of course they're better than the Cronus. They're definitely better than the Cronus. You have asked that over and over and over. Yeah, of course. They're like 5, 6 times the price, though. Of course they're good. Of course they're better. Yep. So I have a bunch of drinks with me tonight. I have hot coffee, homemade hot coffee. We have leftover cold brew from yesterday. I have a water that I'm not drinking and all the ice melted in. North and south are odd numbers. North to south are odd numbers. East to west are even, and the highway numbers increase as you go further east or north. I know there's like a freeways. There's like the freeways or interstate system is also labeled like that as well, correct? I don't know. What is hydro homies? Oh, hydro. I thought you were trying to like say something about like hormesis or something. I was like, what? I really do like those like AKA guns though. They're kind of cool. Are the 150Rs just as good as the 160R or 170? I don't know. Maybe you mean 160 and 170. If that's the case, then yes. They're practically the same gun. They're literally the same gun. Justin, how awkward is it to wear an old team's jersey for practice, but still use team's jersey? What is this? Hold on, sorry. How awkward is it to wear an old team's jersey for practice, but still use team's jersey for tournament? It probably matters what team you're on. If you're pro, you probably shouldn't do it. If you're like, you know, me, and you're just like playing whatever tournaments, who cares? Who cares? Man, I have a hard time finding people to come play at my local field at my house. I have everything, mask, guns, tanks. No one wants to. I'm with you. I mean, I don't know. I'll tell you about that. John, what'd you say? Is it 420? Oh, we have passed 420. Air conditioner's on. John, for sure, that's the quickest those stoners are going to move all day. What happened? I don't know what happened. Well, guys, give me something. I don't know to like stand here, but I don't know what to talk about. It's not like I want to like, you know, stop doing this, but I run out of like things to talk about. Hormesis sold out. All the Hormesis stuff always sells out, doesn't it? Most of the time. I don't know. I've never paid attention. I've never actually tried to buy anything, unfortunately. Hello, Corey! From Sec Paintball. I don't have any Sec Paintball merch around here. Faceful magazine. Talk about Faceful. Faceful, they owe me money still, technically. They technically do. Darth Evader, waiting all day for the drop, and it sold out while I was checking out. Yeah, a lot of the Hormesis stuff always sells out. You gotta, like, I don't know, buy it quick or something like that. I wish that my stuff would sell out. You know, in the meantime, you can go buy stuff at the Paintball Ruin My Life store. You can go to pbrml.shop. Nothing is going to sell out while you're checking out. I assure you that. This headband's also, you know, 20% of the price of your Hormesis headband. So you could get like 6 of them. You know, you buy stuff from Hormesis and it helps Paintball out. You're helping out Dynasty, which I love. You buy one of these and you're helping me out. You're encouraging me to make these goddamn videos. I gotta sell stuff. I gotta hawk my wares. I guess I should just leave it playing like this. Corey Ryan. Corey, how are you? Sorry if I missed you talking about it already, but any speculation on what Planet Eclipse is dropping tomorrow in their live stream? Yeah, we talked about it for a brief moment in the very beginning of this, where that right there. Yeah, I don't know. I assume they're just going to talk about the mechanical frame. That's what I guess. I think that they changed a couple things on the CS3 mech frame that they haven't really talked about publicly yet. And they're ready to ship it, and they're going to talk about it. There were some people speculating whether this event they're having tomorrow morning is going to be a, like, you know, 180R or something like that, like a new version of the G-Tech 170R. I don't know. It's very possible, but I don't think so. I think I'm going for mechanical CS3 frame. That's what my guess is. Tim, what'd you say? It's lonely on the weekends behind a bunker, surrounded by birthday parties, thinking to oneself, why do I spend $80 to do this today? For sure. That's why I don't pay at the paintball field, and I steal my paint. So if it doesn't go well, I'm like, well, at least I didn't pay anything. November? What the devil? No. We'll see the mechanical frame before December. I mean, the mechanical frame was supposed to be released in March. I'm pretty sure we'll see a mechanical frame. Corey, that would be cool either way. But I know I am certainly ready to check out that CS3 mechanical frame. Yeah, I really am interested. They actually added that, like, you know, for those who know, the CS2 and CS3 came with like a rake adjustment. So you could, you know, you can adjust how far the trigger goes back and forward, but you can permanently adjust the rake. So you could make the trigger at a crazy angle if you want to. And they've added that feature to that mechanical CS3 frame. Which, I don't know, is cool for some people, not cool for others. I mean, I don't really care. I never really have adjusted the rake that much. When I had the CS2, I kind of just left it stock. Maybe I adjusted it a little bit, but not that much. Hudson's going to upload a shooting video of something. I missed you. Nick. So I went to a public tournament and say I were to see this product that would be launching tomorrow, do I get to just say? Well, yeah, if you're in, I mean, someone gonna arrest you? You can say whatever you want. I know they don't like it when I do it. I can tell you that much. They definitely don't like when I talk about products that aren't released yet, so I don't really do it. Like, if I actually knew what was happening tomorrow, I wouldn't even tell you guys. Yep. Mainly because, like, you know, sometimes these companies will tell me things in faith or trust that I won't, like, you know, talk about it. And sometimes I don't talk about it. And, you know, that's why they tell me stuff. But I don't really know anything, so I don't know. People got mad at me when I posted pictures of, like, taped up guns and stuff like that. God dang ridiculous. In the meantime, you guys can go to the Paintball Ruin My Life shop. Look at those dead eyes. There's like no saturation on these pictures either, right? What if we go to filters and we add a color correction thing? Oh no, that's not what I want to do. Filters, we go color correction, okay. And what happens if we add a little bit of saturation? It's okay, it's a little better. Yep, Paintball Ruin My Life merch, god damn it. Go buy some stuff or I'm gonna kill myself. John, how wild would a new G-Tech and E-Tech be? I think a new E-Tech would be wild. I would love to see an E-Tech. I would like, I don't know, probably not going to crap my pants, but I would love to see an E-Tech 6. I've talked about it often. I love the goddamn E-Tech 5, and I forget about the E-Tech 5. I mean, a lot of people forget about the E-Tech 5. The E-Tech 5... The Planet Eclipse E-Tech 5. Whoop. You guys want to see what I'm talking about? Whoop. Whoop. Hey, look at that. My review came up of the E-Tech 5. The Planet Eclipse E-Tech 5. The poor man's LV1. Really like these things. They shoot friggin' amazing. Really liked these on-offs. Did have a macro line, as you can see right there, but an OLED screen on the back. There's that regulator. Absolutely love the things. They shot so well. I really, really liked them. Very good guns. And I would really like to see an updated version of that. Why not make an E-Tech 6? Just get rid of the macro line and it'd be freaking perfect. I want one. Although I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think we're going to see it. I'd like to. Yeah. Well, we can go back to this. And you can buy some merch. Dude, I loved the E-Tech 5. I really did. I played... Let's see if I can find... photo. I don't know if I'm actually logged. I cannot freaking type. God, I still couldn't do it. Let's see if I can find... I can find the pictures I have of myself playing with said E-Tech 5. Maybe not. Somewhere eventually. Isn't this exciting? Hey, there we go. These are old. 2005. 2015. Sorry, not that old. There's me playing paintball. Somewhere. Davis Paintball, I think. I definitely still have that headband. I definitely still have that shirt. I think that's about all. There's another one. Those are some dye pants. That was when I was wearing like actual paintball pants. Running. Look at that lady over there. She's like, what's going on with this guy? Long time ago, E-Tech 5. Just a wonderful paintball gun. I really liked the things. Oh, why are we not switching back? What are you guys talking about? I rented an RV and I'm taking 5 kids to Invasion of Normandy. They're excited. Do you go to those? Dustin, that sounds pretty cool. I'd love to go with a little group to Ion. I would love to go to those things. The problem with it, it's just so far, you know? Like, I don't know. I don't got time for it, unfortunately. Darth Evader, you can't beat the infamous Pro ACP pants. Infamous has the new pants. The infamous Pro DNA. Forgot the name of them. They're a little bit lighter weight. Those ACP pants are probably going to be more durable in the long run, I imagine. Maybe not. Maybe. Who knows that? Who knows? What's going on, Kendrick? Kendrick Hunt. You know what? You know, the infamous, not infamous, but let's see if I can actually pull this up really quick. Virtue actually came out. You know, Venmo is always sending me emails. They're like, hey, you want to make sure you should use Venmo. Not that. I'm trying to do this without... Oh, whatever. All right. Bear with me, guys. This is exhilarating, I know. It's like friggin' trying to like automatically log me in and stuff. It's like, I don't want to friggin' log in. I'm trying. Why does it keep doing that? Like Virtue, okay. It keeps like trying to get me to log in. I don't want to log in. Well, I wanted to show you guys Virtue's new like pads, but I go to Virtue. Oh, it's B2B. That probably doesn't help much. PB.com? Is that like Virtue? Virtue Paintball? There we go. Yeah, Virtue has new pads out. Man, it smells like the heater. You know the heater kind of smells warm. You get that like little burnt smell when it turns on sometimes. Yeah, I've never really liked a lot of these style pads. Me personally, I'm kind of tall and long, so I find that a lot of these don't fit me right. But I'm definitely kind of over wearing knee pads. I haven't really worn knee pads the last few times I've played paintball. So these really lightweight, minimal pads are kind of interesting to me. Because I don't want to wear big, heavy knee pads anymore. I don't really want to wear my dye pads. I have the HK Army, those CTX pads. I don't really like those. They're just all big. So I like to try to, you know, play in something a little bit more streamlined. So maybe I will try these out. I like the Infamous stuff. The Infamous stuff's so thick. It's like really hot. Man, that's a big ass picture. I don't know. They're just new. Not that that's anything super exciting. The Exalt Free Flex pad. Free Flex? Yeah, right? Yeah. Those are pretty good. I like the Exalt pads. They're just like, I don't know, they're just like little too thick for me even then. Like, you know, one day just realized that I'm like, you know what, I play on turf 90% of the time, and the turf that we're playing on, at least the field I'm at, is really like soft and kind of squishy. It's almost like 3 layers of carpet soft. So it's like, I don't know, it doesn't like hurt, so we don't really need knee pads. So I just kind of quit wearing knee pads, which is kind of crazy because, you know, I wore knee pads the entire time I've been playing paintball, you know, 20 something years, and only not worn knee pads the last like 10 times or 8 times I've played. There's also this Hydra. The Hydra make Hydra Fit. They make their 2 styles, really. They have their original, like those blue ones they kind of released, sorta. I don't even know if I want to say they're knee pads. They're just like knee brace things. They released those. People liked them a lot. Then they came out with maybe a more specific paintball version in a very, like, yeah, just minimal, lightweight knee pad. I would probably like these. I imagine I would. But then again, I don't really like, you know, wear knee... I've gotten used to kind of like not wearing knee pads. So, I don't know. I might still, I don't know. I might still not like them. You've never liked independent knee pads. What's that mean? Old soul. I had to get the old man knee pads to go with the old soul. Go with my old soul. Go to the thickest ones that Planet Eclipse sold. The Planet Eclipse pads are very thick. I can't do it anymore. I get like hot and they're kind of uncomfortable, and I'm like, I don't know. It's like same thing with elbow pads, right? Like, I don't dive. I dive like once every 8 years playing paintball. So it's like, I don't really need these elbow pads. I gotta stop wearing elbow pads. Yeah. Just don't need pads, really. Just was never, the HK pads, I don't know, I have all the HK pads around here somewhere. They are very thick. One of the good things about them, though, is they're kind of like squishy, you know? They're not like very thick and firm. So even though they're thick, they provide like a lot of like compression or like padding. Whereas like, say like the DIE elbow pads or those Planet Eclipse elbow pads, or knee pads, I should say. The Planet Eclipse knee pads and elbow pads and the DIE elbow pads and knee pads are made of like a firmer foam. So they kind of like, I don't know, they feel a little bulkier when you're wearing them, I think. Or the infamous pads, they're also very minimal and lightweight. It's true. They don't fit my arms, though. I can't wear them. I have to wear like a 3X. I have to wear like the biggest size they have. And they're like skin tight on my forearms, which is weird. Dustin, do you remember the Q-Loader? Oh, I remember the Q-Loader. You used to have it and you used to freaking hate it. Nate! With a $4.99 super chat. You're the freaking man. Thought you were telling me to go on WhatsApp all of a sudden. Oh, dang. I almost missed the stream. Well, here you are. My goddamn light is not working. I don't know why it doesn't work. Appreciate the super chats. Man, super chats and people who are buying merch, like I said, are the only way I can make money on this thing. So I appreciate everybody. You know, if I can actually make money doing this, I might actually do it. Q-Loader. That's right. We were going to talk about the Q-Loader. Let's see. Q-Loader. There we go. Q-Loader. Yeah, the Q-Loader was a crazy thing. So the Q-Loader, there's a really good picture of the Q-Loader, really. That's probably like illustrates it pretty good. The Q loader was, yeah, a crazy paintball thing that kind of replaced the hopper and pod, right? So you'd use these specific pods, right? You'd use those specific pods, and those pods would kind of latch into the front of the gun right there. And these pods were kind of spring fed. So there is what is called an Archimedes screw inside of there. And yeah, the thing screws and then like spins paintballs into that tube and then into the gun. So it was a way to get the hopper off the gun. You can kind of see that like tube right there. It just kind of like, you know, spins them in there. And it worked, right? I mean, the problem was they weren't good with fragile paint. So if you used brittle paint at all, just all that pressure and then, you know, getting forced through. Damn, that's a really good picture. Getting forced through that tube and that screw spinning thing just were really hard on paint. They broke paint. It was a little finicky because it had all the little pieces and had to rotate and all that jazz. The Q loader. There was the Q loader and there was also the Warpfed. There was, before the Q loader, the Warpfed. The Warpfed. Yeah, I just want to see a good picture of a Warpfed on a gun. I don't know. That works. The Warpfed was a hopper, so you can see the hopper just on top of there, and it plugged into this box. Inside of that box was like a big, like, turny fan thingy. Not fan, but a box that the hopper fed into this kind of wheel, and then it would kind of like increase the feed rate a lot. So that's when hoppers were very slow and maybe feeding 8 to 10 balls a second. But this thing, I mean, it could feed a minute like 20-ish plus balls a second. It was interesting. The same kind of idea, right? It got that hopper off your gun. And someone said Bob Long in the chat. Bob Long was notorious for using one of these things. He was one of the first people to use it. He thought it was a good idea. Maybe it was. Probably not, because I mean, one of the big disadvantages of it makes the gun so wide. You know, I mean, you can see it's just crazy wide. So it makes it a little bit harder to use. But that is Bob Long using one. There is a Empire Intimidator. With, you can see that sideways feed port on there to be able to accommodate a warp feed. You betcha. Here is an MG100 with... Oh, you know what I did see? Is this this guy's got a warp feed on his MG100, which is pretty cool. No, that's got the like magwell. That's got that like magazine well that just replaces the hopper. Anyway, old ass paintball stuff. If anyone has any old paintball stuff, I really want to do like old reviews on stuff. So if anyone has like any old cool paintball guns, you know, get a hold of me somehow. I really want to like review old stuff. Nate's probably working. Maybe you're getting off soon. Old Soul, gotta show Bob Long's Timmy with the side feed for the warp. I think we just did. Hudson, a buddy of mine has one of those that he has on his MG100. Yeah, I actually saw... What did I see the other day? There's a bunch of like cool 3D printed like magazine stuff. Like there's... I don't know where I saw that stuff, but yeah, there's a lot of like I don't know what I was saying. Weird 3D printed things that allow you to like adapt a lot of stuff. Nate's still at work. Yep, still working. I remember the warp feeds. They were a trip. I thought they were the coolest. They were kind of neat. They were just weird. It was always something that was like way out of my price range and just wasn't a realistic thing for me, right? I mean, the warp feeds came out when I was like 18, and it was like, I can't like justify that. I can't buy that stuff. It's just like, I can't even think about it. Maybe I missed, but when's the CS3 video coming out? Dylan, I don't know. I keep thinking I'm going to do it, but I'm not. I haven't. I don't know. It'll come out. Trust me. It'll come out. I don't know. I appreciate your like interest though. I mean, at least it lets me know that people are interested. That's always good. It'll come out. Hudson, what'd you say? His video title, EMF 100 Remaker Warp Feed with Flint Anti-Chop Bolt Catch Testing and Demo. Can you give me an Empire Axe 2.0? No, I cannot. If I could, I would. Trust me. Tipman Flatline Barrel. Yes. Speaking of the old, remember Keely Watson? I do remember Keely Watson in the Femme Fatales. The Femme Fatales are still playing paintball, though. They're playing the WNXL. I do not believe Keely is playing with them, but the Femme Fatales are certainly playing. I don't know if they're any good, though. I honestly don't know. Tony 2 times. Have you used Aspire 5? I have not. Just ordered one for my Geo 4. I do have Aspire 4, which is literally the same thing. I mean, they're practically identical. Yeah. I don't know. They're practically identical. It's the best hopper, for sure. And I used one on my Geo 4 for the entire time I had it and never had a problem. Favorite color combo for your paintball markers? That's a good question. I don't know. Historically when I was buying things, I mean, I still buy stuff, but like, I'm not really like, I don't really buy as many high-end guns as I used to, right? I used to, buy high-end guns all the time, and I just haven't really recently. I guess I have. I mean, I bought a Geo 4 and stuff. Anyway, I typically always like to buy them in standard normal colors, right? So I want like solid black or like black and silver or like, standard simple colors. Mainly because when I'm buying stuff, it's, $1,500, $1,600, $1,800 paintball guns now. It's a lot of money. So I want to try to buy something that I can possibly resell. So I don't really like to buy, purple and yellow guns and like teal and aqua together and like, well, teal and aqua might be the same color, but like weird color combinations just because they're a little bit harder to sell. So I much prefer that like normal colors, just like standard colors, honestly. Even without selling them, I kind of like the normal, just black guns anyway, like I don't really like the crazy colors and stuff like that. Kind of boring. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's a bunch of really cool guns with like custom anodizing, just like RB in here said Tequila Sunrise is the best ano. So Tequila Sunrise was like, it's like a fade of a couple different colors. Yeah, I just always liked resale because it's black and just basic colors are easy to resell. That's me. What happened? Yeah. The Geo 5 and the 180R for the Planet Eclipse announcement tomorrow? I don't think so. I think that tomorrow Planet Eclipse is probably just going to talk to us about the mechanical CS3 frame. I love my Tequila Eclipse FT1 Cocker. FT1. What does that mean? Oh yeah, factory ones. You have this. This is a cool gun. So this is what RB said. I love my tequila FT1 cocker. It's going with me to the grave. That's this right here. Very rare. Damn, that does look very good. Look at that one though. I think I like that one more. Ooh, that guy got eyes on his. I don't like that one. I don't like the eyes. I don't like the electric guns though. I really do not like the electric cockers. Damn, that one looks really good though. What happens if we go to customcockers.com? Sold. It's the classifieds. I don't know. Custom autocockers. An Aurora, the Aurora Planet Eclipse cocker. Yeah, everyone wanted those Aurora guns. Everyone wanted those Aurora, like... Everyone wanted, like, the Aurora... What was another gun that was like Aurora? The die guns. Everyone wanted, like, the DM9 or, like, what was it, like a PM8 or something like that? That was, like, Aurora colors or whatever. I don't know. I mean, like, I've never been into collecting the stuff. I always would, like... Oil slick, that's right. The SL74 was Aurora, too. And then there were, like, Aurora parts, too, huh? They had Aurora. Let's show people what we're talking about. Whoa. Let's just put Aurora. Oop. Whoa. I cannot type when I'm doing this. Aurora autocockers. So there's an Aurora. That's what we're talking about. It kind of has like the Aurora Borealis look. Or the... What's the Aurora in the northern hemisphere? I don't know. It's got that really cool guy look. Yeah, look at that one. Is that like a silver Aurora or some shit? Maybe it's just like the angle and stuff. That kryptonite, I forgot that, oh yeah, I remember those. And then there were dye, oil, slick. Let's just put that in there. Nope, not that. Kinda, I mean, you know, kinda. There were those things. Which is, yeah, that Aurora. It's like the same thing, but they just called it something different. Very desirable paintball guns. Very desirable. Back when you had to actually walk the trigger instead of being on cruise control. You still gotta kind of walk it a little bit, you know, a little bit. Also, when customizing your gear, was half personalization and half necessity. Those were the days. Yeah, it's true. I mean, back in the day when, like, you know, you bought a paintball gun, like, I don't know, let's type this. Like, I remember when I bought my Angel LCD. Like, let's go with this right there. You know, I remember when I bought my Angel, right? I bought like a gun similar to this. Similar to that, right? That's the, I think that's the Jesus Christ. I don't know, whatever. I bought an Angel similar to this, and this is what you got, right? When you bought like a lot of these guns pre like 2006 or something like that. You got this thing and you had no way to put the tank on, right? There was no way to put the tank on. So you had to buy an ASA or your tank mounted straight to your gun. You had to buy macro line. These feed necks were awful. So most people took off the feed necks. Apollo. I actually had this gun. I bought one of these brand new, but it was silver. the Apollo. Dang, that's right, huh? People got rid of those feed necks. They got rid of the stock barrel. So now, you know, we often talk about like guns and upgrading stuff and like whatever. And one of the better things is you don't actually have to now. You can just buy it and go use it. Whereas back in the day with things like this, you know, you had to buy an ASA, you were changing out the barrel, the feed neck was terrible. And right there, that's another $400 or something like that. So nowadays, the guns are completed and done. You don't have to buy any of that stuff. It comes with a good barrel. You're getting a good feed neck. You're getting all that good stuff. Look at that one. That's a CNC. Dang! That's exceedingly rare. Wow. I don't even really know what I'm looking at. This is Fallen Angel? I don't really remember. Look at that ripper. Is it just a ripper? So crazy. And I used to remember all the names of all these. Damn, that's sweet. Pretty cool. I used to remember all the damn things. You don't think barrel inserts are worth it? Considering paint may be different sizes. I mean, you know, my real answer in real life is no. Like, nope. Like, I use 689 all the time. Don't check paint. Nothing. Never. Like, literally never. The last time I checked paint and like bore matched paint was years ago. Years ago. I just don't do it. Like, I don't do it. I just don't. 689. I buy whatever paint I get and I just use it and don't have problems. Like, I don't have accuracy problems. I don't have break paint. I don't do anything. Yep. I think that it probably matters who you ask. I think that other people are going to say, oh, I'm insane, and that I'm either lying or wrong or something. I don't know. But I use 689 all the time. I don't ever use anything else. I think that if you want like the best possible performance and like the best, sure, barrel match paint. I think you'll probably get better air efficiency maybe. Maybe over the chrono it's going to be a little more consistent. Maybe you break less paint or something like that. But I don't know. I don't really think that barrel matching is as important as everybody says. I never have. I know a lot of people don't. A lot of people don't barrel match paint. I mean, most pro players don't match paint. You know, like most of them don't do it. Most of those guys use big barrels. They're using like 692 and like, maybe not nowadays, but most people are just using barrels that are too big for the paint. I don't know. And I think that if it was super obvious whether barrel matching worked, like we'd do it, right? If it worked, I'd do it, you know, like I just never really notice a difference. But Roger, as Roger said right there, I mostly play pump. I always barrel match. Yeah, it depends, right? I think that I don't think that, you know, barrel matching for pump, a lot of people will be like, you want the best accuracy, so barrel match. And yeah, sure. But I think for pump guns, there's a totally different problem in just the way those guns work. Because you're kind of pushing the ball into the barrel and it can just roll out the barrel. Because when you pump it, you're doing this. You got a pump gun, right? You got to think that like you pump it back like that, and then you push a paintball into the barrel. And if it's not barrel mashed, it can just roll straight out the barrel. Whereas with your normal paintball gun, you know, you have the bolt like this, and then the gun fires. So it never goes into the barrel until the gun's like already shooting. Yeah. Because those, like this pump gun, have a passive ball detent. So the ball detent only works when it's like that. Whereas your other guns have an active ball detent. So it kind of matters, but I don't know, man. I don't barrel match paint really ever. So it's hard to say. I don't think they don't matter. You know, I mean, it's not like they don't matter at all. You know, if you can't use like a ridiculous barrel. You know, you can't use a barrel that's like this big. It's like, there's going to be a limit to how big it is, and there's going to be a limit to how small it is. So you kind of have to have the right size. But I don't think it's as like nitpicky as most people portray it as. There you go. Rick says paint quality is the most important. For sure. I mean, you need a round paintball. You want the sizing to be consistent in the paintball. Really, you can't have like, you know, in the bag, you can't have like random different sizes of paintballs. I keep burping. Jared. What's up, dog? Jordan. Got 5 of my buddies into paintball last summer, and barrel kit was the absolute last thing I suggested they purchase. It's not a monumental difference. Yeah, it depends on the guns, too. I mean, it totally depends on the gun. I mean, if you buy like a Tipman or something like that, it could probably benefit in buying a new barrel, right? The Tipman barrels are pretty bad. But if you're getting like an ETHA, you know, any of the Planet Eclipse guns, you know, any of the die guns, they all come with good stock barrels. So those guns, you can, you know, kind of use the stock barrel forever. Like I use that, you know, that's the stock ETHA 3 or ETHA 2 barrel or whatever. It's the barrel that's coming on the E-Tech, the 160R. I use it all the time. As I've always said, you know, they're just tubes of aluminum. You know, it's like this stock barrel compared to like this Die Ultralight. You know, this Ultralight is like $120 or $130 now, and this is a stock barrel, and they're just tubes of aluminum. You know, like how is this barrel more accurate than this one? You know, it's just literally a tube of aluminum. It doesn't have any like crazy technology. Yep. I want Planet Eclipse to release the DC3. It's just not going to be, but it's just going to be colored grips. I don't know. The director's cut, the DC2? Darth Evader. I don't think they're ever going to come out with a GO5. I don't know. I mean, I was kind of surprised at the GO4, really. I mean, the GO4 is so close to the CS2, it's kind of a weird gun, right? I mean, you're looking at the prices and it's like, okay, I mean, they're similar in price and the CS2 has a couple more features, but, you know, I don't know if they're going to shoot that dramatically different. You know, one's not really more air efficient. It's like, they were so close in price that it was kind of a weird gun to come out with anyway, so I wouldn't be surprised, yeah, if we just never see a GO5. What's this with his light? I don't know what is going on. Do I have like weird alerts set up or something like that? That's what's supposed to happen when people super chat, but it's not really working. Super chats. I don't even play paintball, but I just got a mini GS and holy crap, this thing is sick compared to the Blitz 3. You don't play paintball, why not? Why do you have them then? Go play paintball. Playing paintball is way more fun than just having the things. That's how I started playing, you know. I bought a paintball gun off eBay and was just like, oh, this looks cool. And I just bought like a $200 Piranha off eBay. And I was like, oh, let's just shoot this at the fence for a while. And then was like, holy crap, people actually play this. And then I got into paintball. Yep. Speaking of super chats, one of the best ways to support this channel, if anyone wants to be cool like me, you know, I know y'all do. You can look like me by wearing one of these cool Paintball Ruined My Life headbands. That one is the Oh Yeah. That reminds me of Macho Man Randy Savage. That one reminds me a little bit of Austin Powers. It's an Olmec one. All these things are $30. Go buy things. I appreciate it. You can get yourself a Paintball Ruin My Life hat too if you're wanting to. There are no pro shops in New Mexico. Okay, New Mexico is dead for paintball. Man, that's true. I don't even know anything about New Mexico paintball. I don't know. That's weird. Yeah. New Mexico is pretty dead for paintball. Huh. You know, I did a book report on New Mexico when I was like, I think in 4th grade. I still remember some stuff from it. I know that New Mexico is the land of enchantment. Remember that. I would like to go to New Mexico, though. What about American Paintball Coliseum? That looks like a little weird. What about... Damn, he really isn't neat paintball. There really aren't any paintball places in Albuquerque. That's kind of crazy. We got Battlefront Paintball. You got paintball parties. Ruckus Paintball. I thought you guys could see. The land of entrapment. Is this the Ruckus one? How the hell do I change, like... These are the views that I like to look at paintball fields with. Is that it? Oh, right here. Okay, I mean, you know, it looks like a classic desert paintball field. The hyperball field doesn't look bad. I mean, that's a turf field. Turf field. This is it looks like a, oh wow. I got a micro indoor. How old is this picture? 2017? Yeah. This place doesn't look too bad. The owner has a GT3? I don't know. New Mexico paintball, anyway. Where is New York? Or where in New York? It's never open. Which place isn't open? I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't look the greatest. I mean, I would think that... Man. That's because you live in the middle of the desert. At least you live near Santa Fe. Santa Fe's cool. Anyway, alright. You know, I kind of wondered if some of those places were closed. The one place didn't look that. One place looked weird. Ruckus is never open and the owners are very, very rude. Yeah, we got a couple of places like that around here that I wonder how they're still in business, honestly. There's like 2 paintball fields around here that like I just won't go to because I don't like the people that own the place. And it's weird that like they're still in, some of these places is weird they're still in business. I mean, I guess they own like, they might own the land or it's really cheap to lease the land, you know? So I don't know. There is an indoor field in Brooklyn. I've always looked at moving to New York, but I don't think I could handle the weather. Let's look at like indoor fields in Brooklyn. Let's type paintball Brooklyn. I've heard of Stingray. That's a store, right? Yeah. Area 53. Is this just laser tag? Dude, this place looks cool. Oh, there you go. This is probably super expensive. I mean, you guys complain about paintball here. I mean, this place is probably a heap ton of money to go to. Is that roller skating with those big poles? That looks dangerous. Jesus. Man, that would be cool though. Those fields look really fun. It would be fun. Man, they got all kinds of stuff here. Anyway, paintball inside in New York City. Giant party sports? No. I mean, my paintball fields are the best. I don't know, maybe not. There's a lot of fields where I live. I mean, I don't know, maybe not a lot. I don't know, whatever. Good on paintball fields. You also have Cousins Paintball and High Velocity on Long Island. I know there's a lot of stuff in the New York area. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff there. For sure, New Jersey has a bunch of paintball fields. Lots of stuff. Although, I want to move my goal, I think. I want to set myself a goal that's a little bit hard for me to reach. But I don't think there are any paintball fields where I'm trying to move. That's part of the problem. So if I move here, there's like nothing, I gotta you gotta go all the way into LA almost. I don't know. Striker. Oh, there's Warped Paintball. It's so far though. That's Jesus, man. Anyway. There's a problem with some of these places in California. There's nothing around, Santa Barbara is the middle of nowhere. I mean, I shouldn't say the middle of nowhere, but anyway. Hollywood Sports Park. Hollywood Sports Park's cool. Hollywood Sports Park's massive. It's crazy how Hollywood Sports Park has taken over. I'm gonna try to find. I forget where it's at. It's in Downey, right? There it is. Yeah, this is Hollywood Sports Park. Hollywood Sports Park used to not be this big area. It used to only be. Hold on, let me think about this. There used to only be, 2 fields right here, and then they became this entire area. It's so cool. It really is neat. It's very expensive to play here though, right? I could be completely wrong. But it's neat how it's all paintball now. It used to not be all paintball. It was paintball and a bunch of other stuff too. Action Star Games. Okay, why not? Let's go look up ASG in Paris, California. There it is, right there. Beautiful action sport games. Hollywood Sports used to be a golf course? Or no, I don't know. I don't know what's with ASG. I know, didn't they move? No, am I insane? Really, I don't know what's going on. I know that I've been there before, but I don't remember where. I know there's cool mountain views in the background, but I don't know what's going on here. What is this? Just some piles of stuff? ASG's out in the middle of the desert, though. It's or no, isn't it? Is it closer to Riverside? I don't know. Well, that's not helping anything. They need to update their Google listings. Dustin, I got 3 carports and got 100 feet of netting to make a staging area. Cool, cool, cool. I play at Big Indian Paintball in Georgia. I definitely have not heard of that one. Let's look up Big Indian Paintball. It sounds like they might have to have a name correction in the future, guys. It's not very PC. I mean, a Big Indian? Come on. You know what I like about this is the freaking grass. You know? Like, I just showed California. I mean, it's a goddamn desert everywhere. So it's cool that, like, you guys get actual grass out here. I mean, these turf fields, these airball fields look really cool, though. And you guys got, like, real woods fields and stuff. I'm telling you. Look at the trees. Look at the trees. Although I don't know if you guys are playing in the woods. It looks like it. It's like a rental group out in the woods. Like a 3-man tournament, maybe. Big Indian Paintball. Out there in... We're going to say near Macon. Huh. Anyway, we're just looking at everyone's paintball fields. Level Up in Ohio. Level Up is also a good paintball field. Level Up is a newer field. Look at, they even have their logo. That's crazy. That's the logo of the field right there. That's wild. 2 airball fields. They got like a hyperball field over here, some big rec fields. They have boats over here. I thought they had a bunch of containers too. I guess not. It's a little small net. I don't know what's going on there. Maybe that's like a shooting area or something like that. Level Up Sports. We're just looking at everybody's paintball fields. Giant Sports. God damn, I can't talk. Giant Party Sports in Dallas. Giant. Right there. That's not very exciting. This is their crazy ass store, though. Look at how many people are there. Look at all the airsoft stuff. This place is a wild place. Look at how big this goddamn place is. You want to go to a big ass paintball store? Go there. But I know that's not the field. Where's the field at? Where is the field? I don't know. Oh, there we go. It doesn't look too great, you know, I mean, but they had, yeah, like whoever is in chat said they had Bunker Fest there pretty recently. Well, look at all the fields. I mean, they got a lot of stuff set up. It just doesn't look very good right now, I guess. There's a lot of cars there doing something. All the bunkers are deflated. Looks like you have a power station, sub-power station right there, which is typical of a paintball field. Yep. Intense Paintball. Their big field was featured in a video game. I don't even know where is Intense Paintball. Jungle Island. Intense Paintball in Canton, New Jersey? I don't know, we'll see. Yeah, it didn't help. In Bowling Green, maybe? In Bowling Green. Yep, there we go. Oop. It's a wacky way to get to it, but we'll do it that way. Ooh. Airball. Some more grass. I'm freaking loving the grass. Look at the grass everywhere. It's just green everywhere. Looks like you got some woods ball there too. Someone said something else though. That's what I wanted to see. Where's the place you can play in a cave? Cave paintball. Is it in Kentucky? Or Kansas City? Ah, Jaegers. That's right. This is the place I'd like to go to. Out of probably most of the paintball fields in the America, this is probably one of the ones I'd want to go to. Check it out. In a freaking mine. In an abandoned mine. Look at that. It's so cool. It's so neat. I think it's great. It's really cool. Let's go to Jaegers. I am pronouncing that right. Jaegers, right? Like Jägermeister, kind of Jaeger. Subsurface paintball. Crazy. Definitely some classic outdoor paintball fields as well. I wonder if we can like see the mine entrance. Like, how do you get down there? Do you have to like take an elevator down there? Anyone who's been there, do you have to take an elevator to get to the bottom of this, or what's the deal with that? Curious. Tell me in the chat. Anyone who's been to Jaegers, do you have to take an elevator to get to the bottom of to play underground? I live in Nebraska. Go down in a ladder. What? Do you have to go in a ladder? I mean, because we always see those mine shafts and they have to go in like one of those crazy like, I don't know, elevators or some shit. Oh, I thought that was a river. Stairs. Are there really stairs? I wonder if it's that deep. It might not be that deep. Is it a coal mine? What kind of mine is this? In Kentucky? Probably coal, right? I'm gonna guess coal. Alright, I don't want to go paintball fields anymore. I want to go eat. It is 6 o'clock. I'm kind of hungry. I ate a while ago. Guys, I love people coming by these live streams. You partake, super chats, commenting. It's all freaking great. If anyone really wants to help support this channel, you can buy merch, maybe specifically headbands like I have on right there, or one of these hats in the Paintball Ruin My Life store. There's some bundles on there. You can get a 3-pack for $75. I think it's pretty good. Yep. Off to dinner. You guys enjoy the rest of your night. Thursday, it's almost the weekend. If you're going to go play paintball this weekend, have fun. I'm going to go play paintball Saturday. Yep. Saturday. It's going to be like 80 degrees and beautiful outside. So have a good weekend. We'll see you guys next time. This time, 4 p.m. Thursday. 4 p.m. Thursday here on your Paintball Ruined My Life channel.